Yeat's new album, A Dangerous Life, could be coming anytime soon, and he might be working together with Rick Rubin. Fans just discovered that. But today we'll go over all the news for ADL, A Dangerous Life, his new record. We have to talk about Yeat today, so let's jump straight into this. If you want to stay up to date with everything surrounding hip-hop, make sure to subscribe and also become a part of this community by joining our Discord server in the description. You can now sign up for my free newsletter with the first link in the description. It comes every Sunday and recaps everything that's been happening in hip-hop over the past week, so make sure to do that. So we recently talked about Yeat's new album, A Dangerous Life, because this could be very big for him. This is the album that he has now coming out after songs like Come and Go performed really well, and if he doesn't drop it this year, it'll be the first time that he did not drop a new album, studio album, not EP, within a calendar year. And a lot of times we saw this with, for example, 2093, when Yeat really takes his time with the record, it's usually very good. But let's go over the latest news that we have for ADL, because that's actually really interesting. So we most recently have him posting Instagram stories. For example, this one right here, where we can see him working in some sort of studio. It's a cool location, and he wrote there ADL Phase 1 starting. So ADL meaning A Dangerous Life. And he's in a really cool studio. Some people pointed out that on his laptop right there, he has Roblox installed. So maybe he's getting a little distracted there. Let's hope not. The next picture he posted was just him in front of this house with a cross, Christian cross. Right there in the house, just ADL and his new style going on right there, so A Dangerous Life again. And here it gets very interesting, as one user on the Reddit pointed out that this could be Rick Rubin's Shangri-La, so his house, his creative studio. Rick Rubin being one of the most influential people in hip-hop from the 90s to today, working very closely with Kanye, with Travis, with Kendrick as well. He's just a great creative in general. And he has this studio going on, and it seems like the pictures are very, very similar. Yeat might be there. That's pretty interesting. Now, the last post that he made on Instagram was with him at a dinner with a bunch of girls, and him just posting a location, Earth. So him letting us know he's still on Earth. He's not an alien on another planet right now, which sometimes he claims to be. Anyway, so that's actually looking pretty good for the release of A Dangerous Life. He's very actively teasing at this, and we know that at least with Yeat, most of the time he's reliable. It's not like Cardi, it's not like a lot of these other artists. With Yeat, we can expect a new record to be coming at least within the next 6 months or so. That's pretty much set, also for A Dangerous Life. Now, also, he recently had a picture with NBA YoungBoy, so maybe we could see that collab on the new record as well. It's just something that's been going on that doesn't have to mean anything, just the two of them chilling. Now, the big question obviously is, when could this thing be dropping? Most people are saying February, just because we're not really far in the rollout. We've just gotten, the Dangerous Summer EP late August, so that's not even that long ago. We have to keep that in mind. And Come and Go is now, I think, pushing into the charts like 3 months after it got released, so he's still doing very well when it's just in commercial terms. But he obviously also has some sort of interest in putting out this new record, because there is a new creative direction that he might want to go in. Also, if we take into consideration the fact that he really has fun experimenting around with sounds, like he laid out in his last Complex interview that we went into in more depth in the last video. So we do see him also having some sort of interest in dropping this. Now, I could even see a release date for this thing late December. Let's say second half of December, after the Christmas hype is over. Why not? Why not have somebody release late December? Even if it's not then, I don't see this dropping in November. I also don't see this dropping within the first half of December, just because of the Christmas music thing we talk about a lot. But late December until February, I think, is a great time span when this thing could actually realistically be coming out. I think we can definitely look forward to that. Also, one very exciting thing, we had the snippet played in the last video for the Quavo and Benny X and Yeat collab, New Trip. That now dropped. It's a Quavo song. It has a Yeat feature. I just want to let y'all know, because I played you the snippet in the last video, and now we actually had the full release. I think it's sounding pretty good. I think Yeat delivers on there. It's just a cool song, kind of what we expected. It didn't disappoint in any ways. Now, as I already said, I do think that him taking time off to work on this record is a really good thing. I already made this comparison in the last video, but for example, he dropped 2093 early 2024, and then we got Lifestyle in, I believe, October of 2024. And that album, Lifestyle, a lot of y'all also confirmed that to me in the comments, really didn't hit home with fans. That really wasn't the fans' favorite. It did, there wasn't a lot of evolution going on there. It did have some nice little, deep cuts on there that fans can enjoy just for itself, but it wasn't really the big steps that we've seen Yeat take in, with the records before. And before 2093, he also took a whole year after Afterlife that dropped in 2023, February, I believe. And we saw that also be pretty good. So always when he takes his time with the records, it's usually something very good. And so I'm not even worried about him not dropping this year. I think it's actually a pretty good sign that he's not dropping this year, because that means that we could get yet, one of his best records in the coming months. And I do believe by middle of February we'll have this record. I do think that is pretty much set, even though he hasn't talked about this. We could also talk about what ADL Phase 1 means. We could talk about what he's trying to incite with this. Is this some sort of rollout plan he has scheduled? Is this some sort of, lore he's also trying to spin? Is he trying to create some narrative around this? Is this some sort of storytelling he's going into with this new record? So I think there's a lot of interesting things still ahead of us. I do think we can also be excited for maybe some sort of thematical rollout. We've seen a lot of artists do this in the past couple of months and years. We've had, for example, Drake started with the episodes for Iceman. We've had The Weeknd do it, obviously. We've had Tyler always hopping on that. He could also do something like that, maybe with the different phases that he's going into for this record. I could definitely see something like that also happening. But obviously, enough with the rant today, even though, I'm very excited for this record. I know a lot of you are also as well. And until the next one, let me know what you think about this in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and y'all take care.